What's good? What's good? Another day, another dollar. Damn. Fucking sun is killing me. But no, quick video. Not really. Just rant right now. I'm in Belvedere, Illinois right now. Not really enjoying it because I got my 34-hour reset, drove the 118 miles up here to get it, and they loaded it on the wrong trailer. So now I'm sitting here waiting for them to cross-load the trailer, and then I already had called safety, or not safety, but the road service people to have them send somebody out to come fix the trailer. It has a brake leak, and as an independent contractor with JB Hunt, I'm not supposed to be pulling DCS trailers. So first thing I noticed when they gave me the load, I was looking for a regular JB Hunt trailer because it's a drop and hook, and I'm pulling JB Hunt loads that they loaded on a DCS trailer. Now, a lot of independent contractors that work with JB Hunt and pull JB Hunt loads, they know that we're not allowed to take DCS trailers. We're only allowed to take, the JB Hunt blue box trailers, or the traditional JB Hunt trailers that say JB Hunt on the side, and it doesn't have DCS or dedicated services or the intermodals. So we're restricted to only the blue box and the JB Hunt regular trailers. So if y'all know, the intermodals, they keep intermodals to themselves. DCS, they keep DCS to themselves. So that's the issue I have. But also that trailer had air brake leak on it. I didn't bother to check which axle had the air brake leak on it, but all I know is when I was doing the walk around on it while waiting on the phone with the people, given that it's Sunday and nobody's really in the office, that's when I noticed the air brake leak. So then of course I came back up to the guard shack and let them know that they loaded it on the wrong trailer, and I needed them to cross-load it into another trailer. It's kind of funny though, because it shows a lack of communication with JB Hunt and with General Mills here, General Mills. Because I'm just sitting in front of the gate right now. So I'm probably going to check in about another hour or so to see if they was able to cross-load the trailer so I can get going. Like I said, this load don't have to be delivered until Tuesday, so I have plenty of time to run down to Louisiana. But it's kind of sad. Now this also shows issue with the JB Hunt system. Oh, look at this shit. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's literally saying that I'm driving. But as y'all can see, I'm stopped inside, just sitting outside. But it shows an issue with JB Hunt altogether when it comes to them offering services for independent contractors. And it shows an issue with how they're spread out thin across the entire board when it comes to loads, when it comes to trailer availabilities, when it comes to maintenance, when it comes to being on call. It's like everything that can go wrong usually goes wrong when you need to get something done. Also the fact that JB Hunt offers JB Hunt wants us to do was 180-day inspections on our trucks, but we have to pay for that, which kind of makes me miss Landstar at this point, because Landstar, when you enroll with Landstar, they have you you pay for the first inspection or whatever, but then when you do your 120-day inspections, they pay for it. So every time you go in for a 120 inspection, Landstar pays for it. But apparently here at JB Hunt pays for the first one, but then you pay for all the other inspections. So yeah, but back to the whole issue with JB Hunt being spread thin. They got DCS, intermodal, whatever the company drivers is. I'm pretty sure JB Hunt has company drivers that just run outside of dedicated accounts. And then of course you have the ICs, and then yeah, I think that's it. But you have a problem with the ICs that are running they're running under their own authority and DOT numbers, pulling JB Hunt trailers, and they're pulling outside loads and not notifying JB Hunt of it. Because when you contract with JB Hunt, you have the options to run under their authority or run under your own authority. And the difference is when you run under their authority, you use their load board, you use their coordinators and all this stuff, and to make your money. But when you have your own authority, you still have access to the JB Hunt load board, but then you also have access to running your own load board. So whether you have DAT, trucking 123, whatever load boards they have out there, so that's what they use. And then they turn around and they will still pull JB Hunt trailers and go get their own loads, which they're not supposed to do, in a sense, because JB Hunt is supposed to get a percentage of all the loads that they pull with the JB Hunt trailer. So honestly, it's like that's like one of them loopholes that JB Hunt needs to shut down, because when you look at the trailer bounty list, you have, I think it's like 100 plus trailers on that list that JB Hunt is looking for. And if you find the trailer, you could send them the information, and I think you get like $1,000 or whatever for finding the load, or some percentage of money is given to you by JB Hunt for finding the load and getting it put back on the system. And I think the main reason why they do that is because a lot of them trailers are probably out of service, meaning that they don't have the DOT inspections up to date or whatever on their system. So that's what they're trying to do. But it's an issue with the independent contractors with their own authorities that are using these trailers. Now, I remember there was an issue when I had in Dallas, where they sent me all the way to Hazlet to pick up a load. To pick up an empty trailer. And when I got there, there was another independent contractor underneath that trailer getting loaded. So I don't know exactly where the disconnect is with JB Hunt, but it's something that they have to fix. They have to fix this issue internally. But like I said, right now, it's just a matter of miscommunication and trying to see how we're going to go about getting everything fixed. Outside of that, I'm doing pretty good here at JB Hunt. Like I said, averaging right now, my average per mile is right around $1.90, and so my loads are averaging about $1.90. At the end of the week, I'm averaging right around $1.10, and averaging somewhere between 4 and 5 loads a week, which is actually pretty good compared to when I first started, where I was only able to get 2 loads a week. And then after like the 3rd week, I was able to bump it up and do 3 loads a week, and then now do 4 to 5 loads a week. Most of what I'm looking for is actually turnarounds, where it basically delivers the next day. If I can, I'll probably try to start my week Sunday morning, and then finish out Saturday night, and keep that that condition going. Because what I found out about running with JB Hunt is that there's not really a consistency. So if you're the kind of driver that likes to go from point A to point B, point B to point C, point B to point A, point C to point A, it's not going to work like that. You literally gotta take a load somewhere, find a load somewhere else, find a load somewhere else, just to come back, and then hope that that load's there. Because even when I just like look on the load board right now for Texas, I can see the loads that I generally try to look for when I come back to Texas that are on the board. And then when I get back in the area, it's not there. Especially like when I see that there's always a load leaving Rosenberg or Evadale, Texas, and they're usually coming up to Illinois or Nebraska, and they're there on Thursdays. But these Thursdays, either in Georgia or Louisiana or Kentucky or whatever, and the following week is the same thing. And then the 3rd week, I'm back in Texas on a Thursday, and the load's not there. And this is with the same process of, me booking a load that's paying right around $220 a mile to come back to Texas, and then after booking that load, trying to find the same load out of those regions, so Rosenberg, Houston, Evadale, to get back out, and they're never there. So it kind of, it's kind of iffy in that sense, because now it's like, well, why aren't these loads ever on the board when I'm here? And then last week I actually did a 34-hour reset, and I did a 34-hour reset in Houston at the JB Hunt terminal. And one thing I noticed is that terminal compared to the Dallas terminal is full of active, dedicated drivers. A few intermodal drivers are pulling out of there. And what I've noticed about that location is that when you're sitting in Houston and you're trying to find a load out of Houston to, say, go to San Antonio or back up to Dallas, it seems like those are the drivers that are taking those loads, because they're very rarely on the board. And it's kind of frustrating, but at the same sense, it's like, okay, I get it. But when you're sitting in Dallas and you're looking for the load just to stay in Texas, you can find the loads from Dallas to New Braunfels, Dallas to San Antonio, Dallas to Houston. It's like you can find loads out of Dallas going south, but you can never find a load from, like, let's say San Antonio back up to Dallas, or Houston up to Dallas. And it's like, damn, what's really going on? So it's like JB Hunt honestly needs to rethink their structure when it comes to everything that they do, because at the end of the day, if you have all this freight in Texas, to be specific, and you have recruiters saying, oh yeah, we need drivers in Texas because we have a lot of freight in Texas. Well, I'm not seeing it, because it's only one way. So I could take a load from Dallas to New Braunfels, but I'm gonna have to deadhead back up to Dallas to find a load out of Texas, or deadhead to Houston to find a load out of Texas, versus being able to find, or Corsicana to find a load out of Texas, versus being able to find a load right there in San Antonio, New Braunfels, or whatever to get back out. Now, like I said, that's just me. You know, I typically try to run like 2,700 miles a week. I'm averaging right around 2,800 miles a week. But other than that, it's kind of like, man, come on. Why are we having so many issues that can easily be resolved if you fix your practices? But like I said, sitting here waiting for my next load. I mean, waiting for them to transload so I could beat feet back down to Louisiana. The plan was to actually get there tomorrow night and then go ahead and do my DOT inspection, but I mean, that ain't going to work. So I mean, it is what it is at this point. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they just need to fix a few things, tighten a few screws, and get the ball rolling. Because I mean, I already know that they're pushing to do e-vehicles and natural gas vehicles, and that's one of the key features in their business practices, you know. So that's going to be taking a lot of drivers out of the equation. So I mean, it is what it is at this point, but you know, can't do nothing but, you know, just roll with the punches, try to make the best of the situation, and try to finish this year out strong. Until next time, you know, y'all drivers, stay safe, do the right thing, and keep the truck between the lines.